Hello, everyone. I'm going to wait for some people to join, and then we'll get started. Okay. If you guys can hear me, go ahead and give me some kind of signal, like a thumbs up, if you can hear me. I see Byron is here and Frankie is here. Hi, guys. Let me go ahead and flip it so you can see my face. All right. Hi. So give me like something in the chat to let me know that you're seeing. Alrighty. I'm trying to get my chat up to the top so I can see that. How's everybody doing tonight? Hi, Mermaid Girl. You're welcome, Frankie. You're welcome for the card. Your letters are always so sweet, so thank you. And Byron, you're too nice. Thank you very much. Yay! Hi, Philly. Well, we're going to go ahead and just jump right into the live stream. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions. I got a few here and there, but we're welcome to just chat about whatever. So I like to go live every now and again. I wish I could do it more often. I didn't have a video to edit and post for you guys this weekend, so I thought, why not go live and just chit chat? So you guys let me know, go ahead in the chat, let me know any other questions you want to get into. Obviously Disney stuff, Marvel stuff, you want to chat about that, I am more than happy to. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Byron, for the curls. Yes, I curled those this morning. And I got this shirt at the thrift store yesterday. It has Mickey and Minnie on it. And you're going to see it on my Instagram in a couple days if you follow me there. So anyway, let's see. Let's go ahead and get into the questions. So Frankie asks, how do I edit my videos? So I have a Mac laptop, and on that laptop comes a program called iMovie. It comes just with any standard Apple product, really. And so I just use iMovie. There's a lot to it though, so I can't really go into like exactly what I do for everything. But if you just start playing around with iMovie, you learn as you go. That's what I did. It took me 3 years to, I've been on YouTube for 3 years, so basically what you see in my videos now is 3 years of learning and just messing around with iMovie. So try that. If you don't have a Mac or an Apple product, I think maybe, oh gosh, what's the name of the one that people without Macs use? There's another one, and I don't know the name of it because I don't use it. But just ask someone maybe who doesn't have a Mac, like what they use. Okay. Oh, that's awesome, Byron. 30 is awesome. I'm in my 30s, and I think the 30s are better than the 20s. So awesome. Welcome to your 30s. Okay, I'm going to jump on Instagram here and look at the questions I got asked. So, okay. A couple of people asked me, well, we'll get to that one in a second. Let's go with someone, Amber and Ayers on Instagram asked where I get all my clothes for Disney bounding. The two main sources I get are the thrift store, mostly Goodwill. The Goodwill that I go to has everything organized by color. So it's really easy to, like, if I want to do something red, I go right to the shirts that are red or right to the dresses that are red. It makes it so much easier. And then if I can't find what I need at a thrift store, then I will order it straight from Amazon. So I have Amazon Prime. It's super easy to just type in, purple dress or, yellow skirt or blue shoes or whatever it is exactly that you need, Amazon has everything. So if you have Amazon Prime, it makes your life so easy if you are Disney bounding. And Juju Freeze, which is my friend Julia, asked, when did your Disney obsession start and how has it changed you as a person? Well, I get asked this question every time I go live. And so basically it started when I got my annual pass. I say this every time, but I grew up during the Disney Renaissance, which is from 1989 to 1999. Movies from Little Mermaid to Tarzan. That was when Disney's movies got like, I guess really popular again. They were making a lot of money with these movies. All the movies were really good. So I grew up around that time, so it's hard not to be like, into Disney with all those wonderful movies being made. But I would say it really started in the last few years when I got my annual pass. And I started going to Disneyland a lot. And I started Disney bounding, which made me, learn more movies that I'd never seen. And so that's how I got into Disney. How's it changed me as a person? I don't know that it's changed me as a person. It's definitely brought out my creativity. I've met a lot of other Disney bounders, and it kind of gets my creative juices flowing. How has being Disney obsessed changed me? I don't really think that it has. I hope not. I hope it hasn't changed me. Okay, I'm going to look at your questions here. My favorite Descendants character. Okay, so Frankie, I have never seen the movie Descendants. Can you believe? I actually don't have cable, and so I don't have Disney Channel, and so I don't watch Disney Channel original movies unless they're like on Netflix, which that won't happen, or well, maybe that would happen. I'm not sure. Unless they're on Netflix or like maybe I catch it on YouTube or something, I actually don't watch Disney Channel movies. So I've never seen Descendants. The Descendants Disney Bound is coming up. I think it's tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow. So I do have a bound for that, but that's just based off of me Googling Descendants characters and picking one. I won't tell you who I did. You gotta wait till tomorrow. Okay, I don't know if I can pronounce your name right. Okfanima? Is that right? Give me a thumbs up if that's right. Okfanima? You're in your late 60s. Wow. Well, I feel old too, but that's because I hang out with a lot of people like 10 years, 15 years younger than me at work and stuff. Byron. Audrey, do you think I'm special and unique? Byron, you are so unique. You are the first person to comment on my videos every single time, so you are very special. Thank you for that. Who's your favorite Disney princess? From Jeannie. My favorite Disney princess is Rapunzel. My favorite Disney princess movie is Tangled. So everything about that movie, the villain's great, the prince is great, the princess is great, the music is great. I just love that. My second favorite would be Tiana because of the representation, of course. I relate to her in that way. I'm also from New Orleans like she is. So I just love Tiana. And if I had to pick a third, I would say maybe Cinderella. Byron loves Cinderella, right, Byron? Especially once the live action Cinderella came out. I just adore her. She's so sweet. So that would be my top three. Okay. Do I like Tangled the series? So like I said a second ago, I don't have cable. So I've actually not seen it. I did catch some of it on YouTube. So I saw maybe like 3 or 4 episodes on YouTube. And it's pretty good. I actually do like it. And I wish there was a way to just like watch it on Netflix or maybe like buy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it on DVD. Let me know if you've seen Tangled the series on DVD because I would totally buy it like right now. Okay. Who's my favorite character that I've met at Disneyland? Just went there for the first time and loved Jack Sparrow and Alice. Hi, Sophia. Let's see. That's such a hard question. Because if you watch my channel, you know I love meeting characters. So literally all of them is so much fun for me. Recently, I've been really big about meeting T'Challa, who's Black Panther, and the Dora Milaje, who's his guards that like perimeter and like watch everything around and make sure that he's safe. I love going to that meet and greet. I do it every chance that I get. Let's see, besides them, it's always fun seeing Mickey. I always get excited when I see Mickey. I like meeting the Pixar characters. So when Pixar Pier first was open, they had like a Pixar Play Pals area, and that was always really fun. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to really pick one, but I would say Black Panther right now if I had to pick one. Okay, let's see. I've met Jack Sparrow too, though. He's pretty funny. You love Belle and Beauty and the Beast? Yes, she's pretty great. I've never really related to Belle, Frankie, but I could see why girls love her. Like, she's pretty great. You have to do a waltz with me, but you live in Wisconsin. Yeah, it's impossible. But I'm glad that you watch my videos, Byron, and that you get to see me interact with your favorite characters. When am I going to Disneyland again? I think I'm going this coming Thursday. That's the plan. Do I have any tips on having a unique or great general character interactions? Oh, yes. Or how to get fun poses with the characters. Okay, so yes, I actually do. And I made an entire video about this, actually, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Maybe I should do an updated one. But I have a whole video on it. It's called, I can't remember the name of the video, but it's basically like how to make your meet and greets, how to make your character interactions the best they can be. So if I could remember from that video, some of my top tips, the first one was always be ready, which I think most people know that one now. What I mean by that is have your pen, your paper, your camera, all the things that you want for memory making, have it ready. So don't get up to the character and then be like digging around for a pen for an autograph or like having to open up your phone camera. Have it ready. That's like a really easy thing you can do just to make it less awkward. Second, I would say is to think of something to ask them. So depending on who you're meeting, if you're meeting Cinderella, for example, you could ask her how Gus and Jack are doing. If you're meeting Edna Mode, and I know she doesn't talk, but you could still ask her, you know, do you have any new designs that you've come up with in the last, year? If you're meeting a superhero, you could ask Spider-Man, like, has he been on any superhero missions lately? So keep it something to their story. One thing I do, as you've seen in my video, is I like to ask all the characters the same question. So whether it's all the heroes or all the princesses, I'll come up with a question that maybe might be fitting for that time of year, like for Christmas, what do you want for Christmas this year? So I'll ask them all the same thing, and it just kind of gets the conversation going, and it's just really fun. And then for the poses, I would say, well, I kind of like know like how they all pose. So if I'm meeting Elsa, then I do this. Let's see if you can see that. I do this. If I'm meeting Pluto, then I do this. If I'm meeting, let's say Spider-Man, then we do this, because it just kind of is what they're gonna do, and it just kind of looks cool if you do what they're doing instead of just like standing there and smiling. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just kind of makes it a little bit more fun. Okay, was that a good answer? I hope that answered the question. What was my first Disney bound? So my first Disney bound was actually Genie, and I just did Genie a couple days ago, but it was a very much better updated version of my first time. Let me see if I can find it for you, my very first time. I bet you I can, actually. When did I do that? It might be too far back to find. But I Disney bound it as Genie. And back then, it was only when I went to Disneyland that I bounded, so I never like bounded at home. And that was before I had my pass. So I was going to the park, and I just went to my closet to see what I had. And I had like a very subtle Genie Bound. So that's my first one. I won't be able to find it. I'll be digging through my phone forever. But yeah, that was my first one. What about you, Frankie? What was your first one? I think you just started, right? So yours is very recent. Yes, Byron, I know you like the cartoon better than the live action. And I could see why people would feel that way. I think it's just that the live action was the first time I realized how amazing Cinderella was. Because she's so kind in that. Oh my gosh, she's so kind. Wow. My favorite character from Frozen is probably, probably Anna. Anna is a lot like Rapunzel, who's my favorite. So I think they're very similar. They're both kind of dorky and silly. So I'd go with Anna. Oh, I'm glad I made your day, Frankie. Anytime. If I could bring any character to Disneyland or DCA that isn't, oh, don't even get me started. I have a lot of answers for this. So I get super frustrated that they don't have certain characters there. And I know that like they probably have the reasons that we'll never understand. Maybe it's money, maybe it's whatever. I don't know. But well, there's certain characters that they have sometimes that I wish that they had more often, like Mulan, Pocahontas. Let's see who else. Some of the older like cartoon characters like King Louie or Pinocchio, just characters that they do have, but they're not there all the time. But the two characters that I've never seen that I really don't understand why they don't have is Mother Gothel from Tangled and Hans from Frozen. Because I don't understand. They already have Evil Queen and Maleficent sometimes, not very often. And I just don't know why they don't just have Mother Gothel, because it's not like it's that hard of a costume. I don't know. I think it'd be great. Even if it's just during Halloween, like bring Hans, bring Mother Gothel. Like that would be so cool. We also at Disneyland, we don't get the stepmother and the stepsisters from Cinderella like in Disney World. They have them all the time. We get them only during Halloween, which I think is annoying. But I don't know. I'm sure they have their reasons. Who would you pick, Andrew? Who would you pick? And do you go to Disneyland? Is that your park? So Frankie wants to know about the new Aladdin. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that because I actually have on my Instagram, a couple of people asked me that too. So Tria Ness asked that, and so did I think I Am Christian asked it too. Yes, my thoughts on the new Aladdin trailer. So I'm glad you asked because I was going to bring that up myself. So Aladdin, here is a picture of it. I watched it when it came out a couple days ago, and then I watched it again today because I got that question, and I'm excited. I know there's a lot of negative comments and a lot of negative feelings towards the new Aladdin, but I'm excited. I think that it looks really good, actually. The new trailer, because it showed so much more, I think made me even more excited. So Will Smith being blue, people are like making fun of it, but it's like CGI has come a long way. And I think that people are getting spoiled and complaining about things that are just, it's like, I think it looks good. I don't see what the big deal is. I know there's a lot of controversy over some things like, you know, the way that Aladdin and Jasmine look. They're not fully Middle Eastern. And I can't speak on that too much because I'm not Middle Eastern myself. But I understand what representation means to people for sure. But so I can't speak for them in this area specifically. But I will say that I tell people that and they're like, what are you talking about? But I promise you, Aladdin is actually Chinese. And it was written in a time when there was a lot of travel throughout the Middle East and Asia and Africa. Like people were traveling all over. So there were people of all different colors in marketplaces and trading places. And so it makes complete sense that there are people of color all throughout this new movie. That's one complaint that people are having. It's like, why are there this color people and this color people? It's like, they were all types of people in that time. So not to get too deep into that, but I'm excited about the movie. I'm excited about all the remakes. A lot of people are like sick of them, but I've enjoyed them. I mean, there's some that, like, I would say Beauty and the Beast wasn't something that I go back and watch all the time, but when I watched it, I enjoyed it. So I'm totally cool with them making new remakes, live action remakes. I'm for it. That was a really long answer. I hope it answered your question. Okay, I'm gonna go back because there's a couple questions I missed. What was it like meeting Captain Marvel at Disneyland? Because it was nice to see a non-trolling hating video about her character. Oh wow, I actually haven't seen any negative videos. Let's see, I have an image here. So that's me meeting her last week or 2 weeks ago, and yeah. So that's really sad that there's people hating on the character, but you know, that is people all the time, whether it's a new movie or just even a trailer or anything. People find reasons to complain. I'm not that girl. You're not going to find complaint, hate videos on my channel. It's just not how I get down. So, she was super fun. I really like the interaction. I'm sure you watched the video because that's why you're mentioning it. As you saw there, I was in the Air Force, and so it was kind of cool to talk to her about that because I felt like we had that in common. And yeah, I thought it was really great. The only negative I would find, and it's not even that bad, is that it was a little bit longer of a line than the other characters. But literally, that's every time there's a new character, the line's going to be longer. And it really wasn't even that long, to be honest, because I waited that day for Captain America about the same amount of time that I waited for Captain Marvel. So, if you hate waiting in line, I guess that would be the only negative. But other than that, she was great. She was fun. She was on it. Like, it was really great. And I would definitely go see it again. So, see her again. So, that's my take on it. Let's see. What's next? If I meet the princesses from Byron, especially Cinderella, ask them what their favorite thing about ballroom did. I know you've been asking me that one for a long time, Byron. But I don't think I'm going to ask them that. Just because I don't know that they all ballroom dance. I know that, like, they do in their movies, but I just think that question's a little bit, like, it might throw them off a little bit. I did curtsy with Cinderella for you, though, but I'm probably not going to ask them that question, just so you know. So, Frankie, you just started bounding and you fell in love. Tell me about it. When I started, then you couldn't stop me. I actually go to the thrift store all the time. I stopped actually going that much, but when the March Disney Bound Challenge comes around, I'm at the thrift store like at least twice a week because it's so much fun. Human person. Hi, human person. Do I think they should bring back Tiana Steamboat Jubilee even though it was just seasonal? That's a good question. I actually never saw it because at that time I did not have an annual pass. And I have seen some clips of it on YouTube, so I know what you're talking about, but I never saw it live. That would have been amazing. You know what I think would be really cool? I feel like it should be something that they do just in March, because March is when Mardi Gras is. My brain forgot that word for a second. So every year in March we get Mardi Gras. I grew up in New Orleans, so it's like a huge deal. And it's in New Orleans Square. I think it would be cool if they just maybe made it like a seasonal thing and brought it back once a year. I think year round it might be a little bit much, but I would love to see that like as a little special thing that they do. There's so many special things happening in Disneyland all the time. Like there's always something that it might be a bit much, but why not? Tiana deserves it. Mother Gothel is too evil for you, Andrew. She's pretty bad. Like she's pretty bad. I think that's one reason I like her as a villain, not because I like her as a person, but as a villain, I like her because she is like really villainous, if that makes sense. So it makes the movie that much better. I don't know. You know who freaks me out is Frollo. Like, I feel like if he was a meet and greet year round, because he is usually there during Halloween time, but if he was there all the time, I would not meet him. wouldn't run away from him, but I would not like go out of my way to stand in line to meet him because he just gives me the creeps. Whew. You loved meeting Pocahontas and King Louis. Was that during 90s night? Because that's the only time I've ever met King Louis. Oh, I have a picture. I don't know if I put it on here. No, I didn't put it on here. That's Captain Marvel. Yeah, I didn't put it on here. I was gonna put the picture of me with King Louis. Oh, that is it. Duh. There it is, right in the middle. So that's 90s night. I met King Louis. Of course, he's dressed like his 90s TV show, but he's not usually there. If you met him without this outfit, let me know because that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that was really fun because I met a couple characters I'd never met before on 90s night. So, let's see. You would like to meet Pinocchio. I have seen Pinocchio walking around, and I think I got like a quick selfie with him. I don't know if he's ever at Disney World, though. I don't really know much about Disney World. Hi, Trines. Do I have any tips for getting a longer character interaction with the face characters? I feel like at Disney World, characters kind of say something and then ask for a picture to keep the line moving. Yeah. That can be tricky. It just depends on who it is that day, to be honest, because if they just say, hey, would you like to get a picture now? That's obviously like they're trying to move you along, and I get that. If it has been a short interaction, when they say that to me, then I will just, you know, if I came to ask the question that day or something, then I'll just ask the question. And it's usually not that awkward or whatever. But if you've been talking to them for a while, I think it's best to just move on because, you know, if it's been a while, like you know, you've had your turn. There's a lot of people waiting. I like to be respectful of their time. So, I mean, every situation is different, you know, it's really hard to say. Sometimes they just might be like, you want to have a picture and you're like, wait, I didn't even, you know, so, so it just depends on the situation. Let's see. Byron, I'm not sure what you're talking about or who TJ Wilson is, but that sounds cool. I have any tips on how to sparkle your Disney bound? I should have got water before I started this. How to sparkle your Disney bound? Well, I think, Frankie, as you Disney bound, you're going to get better and better at it, especially if you follow other Disney bounders on Instagram and you're on the Facebook page now, so I know that you can see a lot of Disney bounders. You get a lot of inspiration. My first few Disney bounds were very plain and very like just what I had in my closet. And so, yeah, they weren't like amazing. But as I said, as you go, you'll start to like figure out ways to make them like look a little bit better. I guess that's what you mean by sparkle, like how to make them like just a little bit better than what you would want to do. I like to, like I said, go to Goodwill. I'll Google the character that I want to do. Then I go to Goodwill and try to really match the color like as best as I can. Or if I'm in like, let's say someone's like, we're going to do this group bound. So my last group bound I did was, well, I'm going to go back a couple. So when I did the Flapper Dapper Day, which was, see if I can find it here. A group of girls that dressed up as Disney birds. Right here. We're all Disney birds. And I'm Hey Hey. So for that one, it was like we wanted a very specific look. We wanted to look like the Twinties. So I just made sure, instead of going to Goodwill, I just ordered everything I needed from Amazon. My sister made the top and the bottom. But then I ordered the little, the red headpiece. And I ordered the green feather boa, because I wanted it to be exactly right. So depending on how like into it you're getting or how like important it is to you, if you're with a group and you really want a cohesive look, then order it from Amazon and then you're going to get exactly what you want, exact right fit, and then you don't have to worry about going to Goodwill. But take advantage of like going to Goodwill and stuff like that. But also I don't want you to feel like you have to. Disney bound from your closet first, because that's what most people do. Okay. Bailey. Oh, hi, Bailey. Yes, I do remember you from Disneyland. I'm actually thinking about doing another Disney trivia challenge, which is the video that you're in. And I'm going to make it Marvel themed this time. So that was the last time I did that, was the Pixar theme. But now I want to do a Marvel theme. What's my honest opinion on different children's books? I'm not sure what you mean. It's an interesting question. I like children's books. I'm trying to think if I have a favorite. Dr. Seuss is obviously amazing. I love Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. Have you ever read that book? It's hilarious. But yeah, I like those. Hi, Jessica. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my Instagram questions because I had a few more I haven't answered yet. Which live action, this is from I Am Christian, which live action Disney remake am I most excited for this year? Like just in 2019, I think it's just Aladdin and Lion King, right? That are remakes. So of those two, correct me if I'm wrong, if there's more, correct me in the comments. Of those two, I would say, I guess Lion King. We watched Lion King a lot when I was growing up, like a lot. We had it on VHS, and I know like every single word of that movie. So yeah, seeing it done again probably will be more exciting to me than Aladdin. However, a lot of people argue that Lion King is not actually a live action remake because there's no live action in it. There's no humans. It's all CGI. So technically it's not live action. It's animated as well. So in that case, it'd be Aladdin. Okay. Bailey, my Instagram is the same as my YouTube. Audrey Lee Young. But it's all like one word instead of spaced out. Audrey Lee Young. Yeah. I can actually just... I got a new phone, so I'm like still trying to remember how to use it. So my Instagram looks like that. Audrey Lee Young. Lots of Disney bounding, especially this month. And if you don't follow me on Instagram and you're watching this right now, follow me on Instagram. You'll see lots more extra Disney content there. Unless you don't have an Instagram, and that's fine too. If I could wake up as any Marvel or DC character, who would it be? I would probably be Shuri from Wakanda, which is Black Panther's sister. She's super smart, and I think that she's going to have a really interesting role in Endgame, but we'll find out. Or I would be Okoye, who is his general in his army. Okay. If I had to pick DC, probably Wonder Woman, because she's the only DC woman I could think of. Oh, Dumbo, you're right. Yeah, still, I wouldn't pick Dumbo. I'm definitely going to see it, but I wouldn't pick that as like which one I'm most excited about. Opening weekend, I don't think so. There's only certain movies that I'm like, I have to see it the day it comes out. Like I went and saw Captain Marvel the day it came out, which I'm going to get to in a second because that was one of my other questions from I Am Christian. I think he said, what did I think of it? Oh, yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how was Captain Marvel? I might as well get into it now. Okay, so the thing about that, that was the day after 90s night. So I went to 90s night, which ended at 1 a.m. in the morning, which put me home in where I live about 2 a.m. So I went to bed about 2:30, and then I went and saw Captain Marvel the next day. So I was so tired. I had 4 hours of sleep, so I was a little bit like dozing off during the movie, which is not fair to the movie. I have to watch it again to really give it my honest opinion. But for now, I would say that I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. I was a little bit underwhelmed by it. I feel a lot of people might not like that, but I was a little bit underwhelmed by Captain Marvel. But I do want to see it again before I really give it an honest opinion. And then, let's see. I will probably see Aladdin opening weekend. Probably Lion King opening weekend. But Dumbo, I'll wait. I'll just wait till it's a few weeks later maybe and not as busy. My favorite Disney sequel. Oh, Toy Story 3. I was going to change my mind and say Incredibles 2, but Toy Story 3, I think, was my favorite for sure. Okay, Byron asked, since I've done a video on different Marvel characters' favorite food, yes, I did. It makes sense if I ask the princesses. Yes, I think I might, while Food and Wine's going on, because that's why I asked that question. I try to always ask a question that has to do with like either the holiday that's around that time of year or just whatever's happening at Disneyland. So Food and Wine is happening. I haven't done a Food and Wine video. Do you guys want to see that? Because I did it the last 2 years, so I didn't know if like I should do another one. But Food and Wine is happening. I haven't tried anything yet, so it'll all be like completely new to me. And yes, Byron, I'm going to ask the Disney princesses their favorite food. I didn't know your dad works at Disneyland, Frankie. I had no idea. And yes, that was the day we met. What does your dad do there? Do you mind me asking? Okay, so 90s Night was one of Disneyland's After Dark events. And this is something that they just started in 2018. It's called Disney After Dark. And the first one they had was called Throwback Night. And it was kind of like 50s theme because that's when Disneyland opened in 1955. So it was kind of like throwing it back to the day it opened. And then the second one they had was Star Wars Night. So it's all themed around Star Wars. And it's just in Disneyland, not DCA. And it is from like 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. So you can get in for $99 and you don't have to have an annual pass. You don't have to have like a day ticket. You can just get in for $99 and you get to see all the themes. Okay, so in 2019, they had 2 more. They had Sweethearts Night, which was right around Valentine's Day. And then they had 90s Night, which was March 7th. And that was the only one I'd gone to. So 90s Night was like they were playing 90s music and they had all the 90s Disney afternoon characters out. So that's what that theme was. Now they announced that they're going to have another After Dark. It's called Marvel Night. This is the first one that's going to be in California Adventure only. Same time, 6 till 1, same price, $99. And I said I wasn't going to go, but I kind of want to go because I love Marvel so much. So I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure yet. So that's what 90s Night is. That's what Disney After Dark is. And if you have $99 laying around, you can go to Marvel Night. This is actually the first time as well that they're doing 2 nights for the same theme. So it's going to be April 30th and May 1st, Marvel Night. Okay. Does Rapunzel ever roam at Disney? Her line is usually very popular, so I was wondering if she ever starts walking around when her line gets short enough. I've never seen Rapunzel walk around. I have never seen really any of the princesses walk around since I got an annual pass. I know that was something that they used to do 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago. I've had my pass for 3.5 years, or yeah, about 3.5 years. I've never seen anyone roam except for Gaston, Fairy Godmother. Peter Pan is always roaming. He never sits still, which makes sense for him. Hook is usually with him, but not always. And then once for a little short time, but it ended. For a little short time, Moana was roaming in Adventureland, but I have not seen her do that in a very long time. Oh, and Merida, who I also have never met to this day. Even though I've had my pass for 3 years, I never see Merida, ever. But if she's there, she's roaming, not in one spot. Okay, who's my favorite Disney princess? So I did actually, that was the first question I answered in the stream. It's Rapunzel, Tiana, Cinderella, in that order. Your dad works in the parking lot. That's cool, Frankie. So do you get in for free? That's really exciting. It would be cool to see F&W. Oh, Food and Wine video. The Mickey soda. What's that? I've never even heard of that. I've been watching other people's Food and Wines videos because I want to know what's good before I go. And I've never heard anyone mention a Mickey soda. But thank you for mentioning it because I will try it. Yeah, okay. So good. You guys want to see Food and Wine? Cool. I have heard there's oh gosh, now I forgot what it was. It's It's like ham and cheese and like a croissant type thing. It looks so good. I can't wait to try it. And honestly, I'm usually the first person at Food and Wine, but I just haven't had a chance to get there. But I think I'm going to do that on Thursday. Ooh, that's exciting, Frankie. Star Wars Land is coming. Are you guys excited about that? People usually ask me if I'm excited about that in my live streams. And I'll say the same thing I always say. I'm excited because I'm always excited for new things at Disneyland. Obviously, new food, new rides. But that being said, I am not a Star Wars fan. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Sorry. I like Marvel a lot. Star Wars, Yeah. Hi, Christian. Did you just join us, Christian? Because this is the first time I'm seeing your name. I want to go to Marvel Night too, but I still haven't decided. Especially because 10 days after it, I'm going out of town on a cruise, and I kind of need to save money for that. 8 to 3 a.m. Do you mean, oh, you mean the Disney After Darks would be that time? Mm-hmm. The 3 princesses have begun to roam around again. Really? Mostly commonly in with the first park hours and midday. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I know I've seen them in the front of the park, right when you first enter Disneyland. You'll see them, but usually they still have a line and they're not roaming. But good to know. I'm excited because I've heard that's how they always did it up until just recently. So, yes, I'm going to Dapper Day, Frankie. I don't know what I'm wearing yet, but I have some ideas. Scared of meeting the characters? Don't be scared, Jessica. So I actually answered this question as well earlier in the live stream. So now I'll just direct you to, there's a whole video on my channel about meeting characters and how to make your interaction the best it could possibly be. And it's a really good video. I really stand by that video, and I wish more people knew that it existed. So search for that on my channel after this. I have lots of tips. The modern Audrey Hepburn. Wow, that is such a compliment. I can't even accept it. It's so not true, but thank you. Have I ever been in the Disney college program? I have not. I didn't even know what it was until I started doing YouTube maybe about 3 years ago. If you have questions about that though, if you don't know who Sarah Sterling is here on YouTube, she's a big Disney YouTuber. She was in the college program more than once, and she has lots of videos about it. So her name's Sarah Sterling, so you can look her up after this as well. Yeah, so Frankie, you don't have to dress up at Marvel Night. Obviously, if you can, you should, because it makes it more fun. I'm thinking about doing Gamora, but I don't know yet. We'll see. I may not dress up. We'll see. Did I read the question? Yes. So Christian, I read most of your questions from Instagram, but I still had one more. So I answered about Aladdin trailer. You can go back and watch this video for that answer. I answered Captain Marvel. The only one I didn't answer is, you asked me, who do I think is the most powerful hero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And I don't even know how to answer that because so I love Marvel. I don't know the comics, and I know that there's so many different versions of the comics that it'd be hard to really say anyway. So just speaking with the movies, the most powerful, maybe Thor. I'm trying to imagine the end of Infinity War. He's pretty amazing. So maybe Thor, and then Captain Marvel, obviously, because man, the end of her movie, no spoilers for those of you who haven't seen it, but the end of her movie, she was just like unstoppable. So I guess Captain Marvel. I can't wait to see what more she does in Endgame, because I think that combo is going to be really good. And that was I answered your other questions earlier. So, do I know when the princess meet at the main gate? Yes. Any specific time that they meet? Oh, I don't know when they meet at the main gate. That actually changes a lot, because sometimes I walk in and they're there, and sometimes I walk in and they're not. But then again, I walk in at different times, so it's really hard to say. But if you want to know when they're always going to be meeting, always, 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 they're in the Royal Hall, which is in Fantasyland. If you're looking at the castle, they're to the left. So you're looking at the castle, go to the left. There's a place called the Royal Hall. You're always going to get 3 princesses in the Royal Hall. They can't tell you who they are, but from my experience in 3 years, it's usually Snow White, Ariel, and Cinderella. Rarely will that change, but I have gone in and seen Tiana. I have gone in and seen Elena, and I have gone in and seen Aurora. But typically, it's the other 3, and they're basically there all day, I think, up until like 6. What I'm going to do right now, and this is another tip for meeting characters, is I'm going to go to the Disneyland app. You go to the Disneyland app. If you're ever going to Disneyland, download this app first. And if you already have it, I will show you the trick. So, up at the top, where it says attractions, you're going to click on that and change it to characters. Okay, now it says characters. Most people know that these little spots here where it shows the Mickey head, if you touch the spot, this is hard to do backwards, X. If you touch the spot, there we go, it shows you who's there, right? See, Ariel, Cinderella, Snow White, just like I said, in the Royal Hall. Touch their name, and it tells you the time, 11 to 7. So, every single day, basically, you're going to catch them till 7 o'clock. But here's another trick that a lot of people don't know. Instead of just, this is really difficult, sorry. Instead of just seeing where they are on the map, you can actually go up here. I don't know why it's not focusing on it. There we go. See up there where it says show list? You touch that, and it actually shows you a list of the characters. So instead of looking for them on the map, you can look at them by name. It's all alphabetical. Ta-da! Little trick. Now see, the list isn't very long right now, and that's because this is like exactly who you can see right now at Disneyland at 6 o'clock on a Sunday. If you go in the morning, this list is going to be longer. See? So then you touch their name, and it shows you Captain Marvel still has times at 5:45 and 7:25. So that's the trick for that. Sorry, I get really into telling people that. That's a really long answer to that question. So that's how you find out, the specific times. Thank you, Frankie. I'm the queen of Wakanda. That's probably not true, but thank you. It's Wakanda. So there's a D before the A at the end. Wakanda. WYR. Be turned into, would you rather, thank you. I figured that out as I read it. Would I rather be turned into a llama like Emperor Cusco or be turned into a frog like Naveen and Tiana? I love your questions, Christians. It really gets the conversation going. You guys all answer that question right now in the chat. Would you rather be turned into a llama like Cusco or a frog like Tiana? I'm going to pick llama because I feel like frogs have they're like a lot more vulnerable to other animals eating them or hurting them. And I'd be scared. So I'm going to pick a llama. But I don't want to be like Cusco because he's a stinker butt. Okay. You love my Disney bound outfits. Thank you so much. I love Disney bounding so much. I actually have a video on tips for Disney bounding too, I think. It's so old if I have one. I should probably update that one too. Yes. Thank you so much. Pen pal Anna. Or is it Anna? Anna. My honest opinion on long satin opera gloves. My honest opinion is that they're beautiful, but only with certain dresses. On some dresses, they'd look silly. But yeah, obviously, if you're wearing a ball gown, it's very, very beautiful. How would I describe Mickey Mouse in 3 words? Mickey Mouse is friendly, cute, and I can't. That's a funny question. I don't know. Oops, I think I skipped something there. Oh, okay. Pen pal Anna also watches Eric. Very cool. Oh, you're so sweet, Byron. Okay, so I'm going to end this stream in just a few more minutes, but let's finish up with these questions. Human person, one thing you found out about the Disney app is that it doesn't show all the characters you can meet, but shows most. True. I think the only ones it doesn't show, though, are the ones that might be walking around, like Peter Pan. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, like, everyone who has a spot where they form a line is on the app. Like, I know whenever Gaston is there, he's never on the app. I've never seen him on the app, but that's because he's just always walking around. I think everyone else is, though. Llama so you can spit at people. Good one. Would I rather visit Alice in Wonderland or the Toy Story universe? Ooh. I think I'm going to go with Toy Story. But I wonder, would I be visiting the Toy Story universe as a toy, or would I be visiting as a human, where I just can see that they're alive? Because that might change it. Alice in Wonderland's a little weird to me. Like, I'm not sure what's going on there, so I don't think I want to go. But then it might be kind of cool to, like, eat a cookie and grow to be, like, 60 feet tall. That might be kind of cool. Do I collect pop figures? I don't collect pop figures. I have 2, though, because I do collect Tianas. So any kind of Tiana doll, small, big, expensive, cheap. If it's Tiana, I collect it. So I have 2 Tiana Pops. I have her in her blue dress and her in her green dress. And I have a Moana as well. I can't remember why. I think I got that for free from like a Disney Rewards thing. But I decided I wasn't going to start collecting because I don't like to get obsessed with too many things. And I already have enough obsession. So no pop figures for me. I don't collect Disney pins either. I have a couple that I really like. Or I got it because it went with my Disney bound, but I won't collect Disney pins because it's just too many things. Frankie asked, would I rather be a shadow woman? Like, nope. I already know the answer to that is no. I'd rather be a princess. Although the Disney villains are fun to meet and they're fun to like interact with at the park, I don't want to be a villain. I'm a nice girl. I want to be nice. I want to be more like the Disney princesses as much as I possibly can. Not because of like their beauty or popularity or anything like that, but because they're kind and they're smart and they're hardworking, and that's what I want to be more of. So they really inspire me. Tiana inspires me to work harder, and you know that's what I want to. That's what I want to do. No villains. Hair could be turned into yarn. I don't remember that. Does that happen in the movie? Oh, I gotcha, because the llama. I gotcha. Hi, sister. My sister's watching, guys. Say hi to my sister. She's my best friend. Okay, Byron asks, how do I describe Cinderella, the 1950s, in 3 words? Well, I would describe her the same way I describe the new Cinderella, and that's kind, brave, and I want to say beautiful, but I feel like there's better ways to describe her. She is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but she's so kind, and she's very brave. Oh, humble. That's what I'm going to say, humble, because even though she knows she doesn't deserve the treatment that she gets from her stepmother and stepsisters, she never fights back, and she never like speaks out or fights them. She just is humble, and she like hopes that things gets better, and they do. Would I rather be a pirate like Jack Sparrow or a lost boy like Peter Pan? I would rather be a lost boy because I could fly. And pirates are stinky. You hope they make a Princess and the Frog Ellie doll. What's Ellie? For the 10th anniversary. Is that the... Tell me what Ellie is. So Christian, your question isn't showing up because YouTube is thinking it might not be nice, but I'm gonna show it. It's totally fine. There we go. Would I rather have Sherry mock my footwear or have Drax call you ugly? Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Drax is hilarious. I definitely would rather Sherry mock my footwear. I could take it. Because my shoes, like I could change my shoes, but I can't change my face. Have I ever tried the Disney ColourPop collection? Yes, Jessica. So I have the Princess palette. Am I wearing it today? I put on a shade called Poison Apple this morning, but then I covered it a little bit with a different palette from ColourPop. Did I? I think there's some blue on there. The blue might still be ColourPop. I can't remember now. But I know that they just came out with the villain one, and I kind of want to get it because it looks so cool. But I need to stop spending money on things. But yes, I have, answer your question, I have tried Disney ColourPop collection. Okay, so we're going to do 4 more minutes, guys, and that'll be an hour. Anytime I mention Cinderella, I make you feel special. Well, thank you. Do I like the live Cinderella with Whitney Houston and Brandy? I'm sure that I loved it, but the thing is, I haven't seen it since it came out like the first time when I was in high school, I guess. So I don't remember a lot, but Whitney Houston, you think I'm obsessed with Disney? I was obsessed with Whitney Houston growing up. Like, that's all I talked about. So yeah, when the movie came out, I was very excited, but I don't remember much of it. I would love to see it again. Limited edition. Okay, limited edition. You hope they come out with a limited edition Princess and the Frog doll. That would be cool. Yeah, because this is this the 10-year anniversary? This is the 10-year anniversary. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. That would be great. You know the really beautiful Disney princess dolls that they came out with like years ago, and then they came out with more in 2018. I want those so bad. Like, I never got the Tianas of those. I have some really pretty porcelain ones that you could see at like Disneyland, but not the ones that they came out with that you could only get at the Disney store. I never got those, and I want them so bad to add to my Tiana doll collection. Okay, would I rather go on a date with Captain America or Spider-Man? Well, I'm married, so neither, but if I was single, I would go on a date with Captain America because he's my favorite Avenger, and Spider-Man is a teenager, so that would be awkward if I went on a date with him. So Captain America. Which character do you like to meet that isn't your personal favorite but holds a special place in your heart, whether they are funny or make you feel like family? Wow, what a great question. Well, there's a lot that I like to meet that aren't necessarily my favorite, like Donald Duck, because he's hilarious. The Chipmunks, which I know are a lot of people's favorites. I don't really know why they're everybody's favorite, but I do like meeting them because they're so funny. But holds a special place. Oh, I'm trying to think if there's anyone that holds a special place. Oh, you said or funny, so I answered that. Yeah, the Chipmunks make me crack up. Daisy and Donald make me crack up. But yeah, they're not my personal favorite at all. I'm trying to think if any characters make me feel like family. So the last couple times I've met Black Panther, he definitely makes me feel like he knows me and like we're like cool like that. But I mean, he kind of is my favorite though, so that's different. Yeah, I know, it's an hour. Can you believe that? It goes so fast. Like, I want to do live streams for longer, but I feel like no one's going to go back and watch them if it's 2 hours long. Yes, I'm excited for Star Wars because I love new things at the park. I love new rides. I love new foods. I don't love Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I love new things at the park. So I'm very excited for Star Wars Land. I'm not sure if I'm going to go when it first opens. If I do, it's only going to be to look around, but I'm not getting in line for any of those rides because it's going to be crazy. Okay. Yeah, Byron, I probably can't do that. I don't really do like special things per se for my YouTube subscribers. I do have little plug. I have a Patreon page. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just a page where you can help support my channel, even like $1 a month. Those people sometimes get special things on my Patreon. There's videos there, guys, that you don't have to be a Patreon even to see. If you go to my Patreon page, it's just Audrey Lee Young. There's videos there of me meeting characters that you can watch. But then there's other videos on there that if you become a patron and it's only like $1 a month even, you can watch even more videos. And then there's different levels where you give more money, you get like a prize from Disneyland, or you get a shout out from a character, those types of things. But I probably won't do anything special, like videos or anything like that. If they made a live action Princess and the Frog, I'd be the perfect Tiana. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. But I'm a no name, so that probably would never happen. Okay, last two comments. Last two. Me and my husband do Disney Bounds together? My husband has never done a Disney Bound. Well, that's not true. So my sister and her family came out like 2 summers ago, and I wanted to do a group Marvel. So my husband wore a Captain America t-shirt, and that was like the closest he came to Disney Bounding. He was Captain America. Last question. Don't necessarily have a least favorite anything, but if I had to choose one princess that I happen to not forget about, who is it? Let me read that again. If you had to choose one princess that you happen to not forget about, who is it? Are you asking me if I had like a least favorite, basically? Who would it be? I honestly don't care for Merida. It's not that I dislike Merida. I just don't have any feelings towards her. I think the movie Brave is just not that great, honestly. She's kind of a brat. If she's anyone's favorite character, I'm sorry, but she's kind of a brat. So yeah, I don't really like have any feelings, like good feelings towards her. Other than that, I think all the Disney princesses are like pretty great. Ariel can be a brat too. However, she's the first Disney princess that I knew, like when I was like old enough to like get it. And so she has like a special place in my heart, even though she can be a brat. So, okay, I think I'm gonna get off, guys. Thank you, Byron. I will never stop believing. You guys never stop believing or dreaming either. I'm so glad that you're part of my channel, and I'm so glad that you guys enjoy my videos. I try to keep it very positive on my channel, so if you want good, positive, fun Disney content, then make sure that you keep watching. You're probably already subscribed if you're watching this, but if you're not, go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for being a part of my channel, and I'll see you guys next time that I go live.